Welcome back to another video, everyone. My name is C. Cali, and behind you is a video of me absolutely destroying a boss with my new solar build. This solar build will allow you to stay alive, throw infinite knives, do crazy boss damage, and look good doing it. This is the only solar build you will ever need. Let's get into it. Alright, so for this build, here are the essential things that you need to put on your character. So starting with the solar subclass. Now we need Blade Barrage, obviously, because this is a Shards of Galanor build, and that needs Blade Barrage, so that will be equipped. For the dodge, we're going to go Gambler's Dodge. Now the reason we're going to do that over Marksman is it allows our wave clearing or ad clearing ability to increase, so in case we miss knives we can always dodge and get it back. And I find we don't use this too much during damage just because particle reconstruction is so good at refilling our linear. In this case it's 1000 voices, so I find this is just more value. Jump, we're going to do triple because why would we do the other ones? Knife trick, we're going to use this one instead of the others because we're going to be able to hit multiple targets with it, as well as scorch the targets with this one, and it's just super fun to use. Grenade, we're going to use solar just for its damage output, and I like this one the most. For aspects, knock them down and on your mark. You could also use crack shot if you have 200 super without having this fragment activated, but I'm going to use this one because it gives me access to more fragments, which will allow me to get to 200 super. This one, activating your class ability and landing precision shots, grants you and nearby allies increased reload speed and weapon stat for a short duration, stacking up to 10 times. Final blows while at 10 stacks cure you. So this one's pretty good. And then this one is the alternative, as well as gunpowder gamble, just whichever. But this one is the most needed one. This one is required for this build because it states, while radiant, final blows with your equipped throwing knife will fully refund your melee ability. So we need to become radiant. How will we do that? Well, this fragment here, Ember of Torches, powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant. So as soon as you throw a knife, instantaneously become radiant, so therefore it'll give you your knives back and you can loop it. The other fragments that we're going to use is defeating scorched targets, which will be these knife kills. In this case, we'll create a fire sprite, which give grenade energy, but while we also pick them up, because of Ember of Mercy, picking up fire sprites grants restoration, so the survivability of this build is really good. Now the other one that I have is Ember of Ashes, which will apply more stacks of Scorch, which will increase the damage of Blade Barrage when it comes to boss damage, and then Solar Beams to increase our super, and it'll help us with our super, granting more target acquisition, which can be actually really beneficial in some raid and dungeon encounters to be as consistent as possible. But again, if you have 200 super and you don't want to use this, you can also use the Ember of Solace. Radiant and restoration effects are at a increased duration, and any other one that you might want to use, but yeah, definitely Solace or Ember of Beam. So that is for the subclass. Moving on to the exotic Shards of Galanor. So every time we get a knife kill, we're going to decrease the cooldown of the super, and then it'll also increase the damage of the super, giving out more solar scorch shrapnel, and then also we will be able to get our super back quicker with the gauntlets, and that with combination with the solar knives giving less cooldown. With we can have hands-on, gaining bonus super energy. If we want to, we can push this a little further by getting more of these equipped, and then we can have heavy-handed, which will give us orbs on every kill. So if we want to increase this even more, we can add more, and then for boss damage, we have 1k voices, which is a beast right now, especially if you have the catalyst. I do not, but as it stands, it's really good. But it looks like the catalyst will give you about 30 to even 40% more damage which is really good. I need this catalyst, but unfortunately I don't have it yet. But it is what it is. And then finally we have the Tablet of Ruin, which the most important artifact perk is Particle Reconstruction. But I find Limit Break is super nice, especially when soloing things or when you're about to die, casting a super while critically wounded, or you have a elemental buff matching your super, grants a period of increased super damage, which it can be nice when you are kind of low and need to do more damage. Now, as for just the regular use of this build, we're gonna grab this rally here. Actually, we're gonna throw away the super just to show you how good this is at recharging. So we've just done damage. You know, we lost our super. We have some ammo still, and we're just going around. First of all, we're gonna throw these around, which we just grabbed a fire spite. So we are now gonna be restoring. And we can just keep looping this. And let's say we miss our knives, we can always dodge and get it right back, and then keep throwing our knives from there, and then pick up the fire spite if we need to get our restoration effects back. And oh, by the way, we just used our super, and now we have it back. So this is an incredible energy efficient build. A lot of builds can do some really good damage like this one with Leviathan's Breath, but what can happen is you'll have your damage phase, and then if it's a thing where the damage phase happens quite quickly again, you might not have your super back. But in this case, you will almost definitely have your super back even immediately after the boss phase, and sometimes on certain bosses you'll be able to use it twice in one run because of the super recharge. So in the case of Warlord's Ruin, which I'm trying to solo flawless right now, and during the ogre encounter, while you're you throw your super out, you're doing your 1k, and there's going to be like Thrall running at you, periodically throwing your knives, and damage, and then you're going to be able to use 2 supers in one go, which is really strong for boss damage. So this build has Ad Clear, it has survivability with the restoration with the fire sprites. Using something like the Summoner or something with Heal Clip will also increase the survivability of the build. And what's really good is the damage of this build and the efficiency of the damage. So when we have triple solar weapon surge for our 1k voices for damage, as well as the solar scorch stacks, we're gonna go over here and grab a couple of orbs of power so we have the most damage that we can put out. And then we'll grab Greg here. We'll grab Greg as a little example. So we're gonna shoot a shot to get the weaken, throw the super, do some more damage. We're really just gonna. You can already see that we have half our super back. If we had ads nearby, we'd be killing those guys and getting this back right quick. And with particle reconstruction, we really only have to reload one time. And we're doing about 55,000 damage, about 2,200 DPS, which is really good for a build that is so easy to use, and a build where after we've used it, we can come back to the ad clearing time. Oh, okay, that's Greg again. Greg, why'd you come back? I wanted your little buddy friends. So, boss gone away. He's immune. Just throw that away. We need to get our super back. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Oh, let's just kill a couple of guys. Gain restoration effects. If this was after the boss phase, we would already have it, but we could just show the power of this build. We'll go even further and show just how much energy we can get back from our super with Shards of Galanor, a couple of mods, and the unlimited throwing knives. So now that I've shown you what this build is capable of, let's bring it to the real world. Alright, so we have now just rallied. Build's ready to go. Let's shoot this guy in the face and come over here. So this build's good for all the clearing of the enemies. All these guys are just gonna die to the blades. Go throw these around. That one missed, but it's okay because we get it back. Alright, kill the eyes. Another eye. Another eye. And when I get a shot at, I can always pick the fire sprites up to get restoration, which will allow me to stay alive a lot more. Let's just clear out these ads so they don't become an issue later. Alright, damage about to start. Here we go. Throw one there. Alright, so in one phase we now have 75% of our super back, and we've done the majority of the boss's damage, or health, sorry. So now let's just get a couple of kills to get our super right back. I do need some ammo, which there's some, and I also have my other weapons. Let's kill all these guys. Now I have my super back. I can kill these guys very easily. Alright, let's get the eyes one more time. Back to the orb I go. Plant your other guy. Just keep throwing these guys. Unfortunately, I can't go get my restoration because I've got to be standing on this. But we can still use our knives. Alright. Let me just kill this guy. And he is gonzo bye-bye. That is the power of this build. This build has the main function of the knife, the recharge of the super damage itself, and the efficiency of the build. Thank you for watching. If you found this informative, please like and subscribe. Have a good day. Stay frosty, guardians.